On October 4, 1957, the Soviet Union launched the first satellite, Sputnik. This made America feel challenged, so in 1967, they said they'd send a man to the moon. But when they tried, the rocket caught fire and 3 astronauts died. A few months later, the US government decided to take most of NASA's money and put it towards the Vietnam War. Because they were running low on funding, they thought about scrapping the first mission to send humans to the moon. This guy's called Cole. He was the director of the mission to get the first guy to the moon, called Apollo mission. That night, Cole heard the alarm go off and rushed to the control center. When he got there, he saw everyone freaking out. One of the staff said there was a gas tank leaking, but they didn't know which one. Once everyone left, Cole checked each tank until he found the leak. He got thrown by the explosion, but he was all right. In the lobby, he ran into the deputy director, Henry. As he left the building, Cole spotted a black cat. Since he believed in the whole black cats bringing bad luck thing, he tried to grab it, but it got away. He then asked Henry to catch the cat ASAP. The next morning, in a New York City advertising agency office, a lady named Kelly strutted into a meeting room, flaunting her baby bump. She was a big shot in the marketing world, and that day she had a meeting with some fancy sports car bigwigs. When she and her assistant Ruby started their pitch, it didn't take long for Kelly to win over the executives and get the green light for her ad. As she left, she revealed she was never actually pregnant. She was just playing mind games with her clients. That night, Kelly was at the bar chilling by herself when this guy named Mo from the government came up to her. He gave her some papers about the Apollo mission and asked her to be NASA's marketing person. NASA was running low on cash for the mission, so he wanted her to convince big companies to invest in it. He was pretty confident that with her on board, they'd pull it off. Plus, he even promised to hook her up with whatever she wanted once the mission was done. Kelly was sold on the offer, so the next day, she and Ruby headed to NASA's Launch Operations Center in Florida. That night, Cole saw Kelly at a nearby restaurant and was amazed at how into her work she was. She was so into it that she didn't notice her book catching on fire. Cole was smitten and jumped up to help her, which got her attention. After putting out the fire, Cole admitted his feelings and then took off. Kelly was caught off guard by the confession. The next day, Kelly and Ruby were chilling at the rocket factory. While Kelly was talking to some workers, Cole showed up and was surprised to see her there. Kelly casually told him that she had found out where he worked and applied for a job there so they could be close. Then she laughed and admitted she was just messing with him to get back at him for what he did the night before. She then explained that she and Ruby were actually part of NASA's marketing team. Cole then took them to their office. When they got there, Kelly couldn't believe the office was actually a warehouse. Before they left, Cole said everyone was too busy to talk to them. Kelly was really bummed out to hear that. Cole had been acting really distant towards her ever since his sudden confession last night. A week later, Kelly went and hired some actor for a TV interview pretending to be Henry, and that really made Cole mad. When he tried to talk to her about it, he was surprised to see that her office, which used to be a warehouse, had been totally redone. He asked her about the interview, and Kelly just casually said she had to hire an actor because Cole wouldn't let her disturb Henry and the other employees. She told him he should be thanking her because the interview had gotten a lot of companies interested in sponsoring the Apollo mission. In the break room, Cole was about to snitch on Kelly to the big boss when he got a call from Mo. Turns out, Kelly had already told on him to Mo. Mo told him to stay out of Kelly's business and just concentrate on finishing up the Apollo mission. Cole had no choice but to follow orders. A couple days after the interview and hyping up the Apollo mission, lots of locals came by to check out the rocket launch site. Meanwhile, in the staff room, Kelly told Cole that 4 major companies were interested in sponsoring the mission. She hinted that more might be on the horizon. Cole wasn't a fan of her approach to finding investors, but he knew NASA needed a lot of money, so he had to roll with it. A week went by, and Cole and Kelly's work was going well. They were also getting closer in their relationship. One day, Kelly reached out to Cole and gave him a watch as a thank you for all his help. She also asked him out on a date. Cole happily said yes with a smile. After the call, Kelly saw news about the Vietnam War on TV and came up with an idea. That afternoon, when Kelly met up with Cole, she shared her idea of live streaming the moon landing for everyone to see, but Cole shot her idea down, saying it wasn't possible because the weight of everything on the rocket had to be carefully calculated and adding more was no way possible. He told her that her way of asking him out to talk about this was just a waste of time. He then left. The next day, Kelly and Mo came to talk to Cole. Mo told him that the government officials liked Kelly's idea about a live broadcast on the moon and even had a camera ready. Cole tried to explain that it wasn't safe to add more weight to the rocket, but Mo didn't listen and said he'd fire him if he didn't agree. Cole was backed into a corner and had no choice but to agree in the end. That night, as she was about to leave, Kelly ran into Henry. Henry told her he already knew about her conversation with Cole and Mo earlier and how adding more weight to the rocket was a major issue. He explained that Cole had always carried the moral burden as the project leader, especially with the deaths of many colleagues over the past 10 years. He was still traumatized from a previous project failure and begged Kelly not to get involved in the rocket building anymore because the lives of the 3 astronauts were at risk. After hearing his plea, Kelly felt guilty. 2 days later, Kelly and Cole got together to talk about the money for the mission. The government said they'd give more money if Cole and Kelly could get 3 senators to okay the Apollo mission. The first senator would probably say yes, because he's into rockets. The second one would go for it too, since he's all about beating the Soviets. They could probably tell him a made-up story about the Soviets making a weapon to destroy the US if they land on the moon first, and he'd be on board. The only challenge was convincing the third senator. The next day, Cole met the third senator, who was a professor at a fancy university in America. He explained everything, but the professor still wasn't on board, thinking the project was a waste of money. As he was leaving, Kelly stopped him and lied, saying she used to be his student at the university. She told him that his guidance had helped her achieve her dream of working at NASA, and if he didn't approve the project, it would be like crushing her dream. The professor was touched and ended up changing his mind and supporting the Apollo mission. That night, the team had a little shindig at the office. As they were talking, Kelly shared with Cole about how tough things were for her when she was a kid. Her dad left the family, so she and her mom had to sell cakes just to get by. Cole was really amazed by her story. Kelly was so surprised when she got back to her room in the middle of the night and found Mo there. He wasted no time and told her that the government was worried about the Apollo mission failing and the Soviet Union becoming more powerful than the US. They came up with a plan to fake the moon landing to ensure it looked like a success, just in case the real mission didn't work out. Kelly had no choice but to go along with it. The next day, Kelly asked her buddy Lance, who's a director, to come over. She knew he could help her make a fake moon landing that looked just like the real deal. The next day, Lance didn't know squat about moon landing, rockets, or astronauts, so she and Kelly hit up NASA to learn everything they could about it.
This just looks like a dirty beach. I don't believe it. No.
It's based off sediment.
Well, yeah, it's our best approximation. We're not recasting.
All right, well, mediocre it is. Come on, how long does it take to give someone a tab? My hand's right here.
Hey, oh, no. Hey, I'm sorry.
No,
this is classified.
still.
You know? Nice.
A countdown at least.
One night, Cole was doing an interview about getting ready for the rocket launch. At first, he was answering all the questions without a problem. But when the host mentioned the past rocket launch failure, it brought up some bad memories for Cole. He decided to cut the interview short. But as he was leaving, the host called him a murderer. That really set Cole off, and he started yelling and cussing at the host. After the interview, Kelly gave him the lowdown on what went down. One of the senators pulled the plug on the Apollo mission's approval. They were 1 vote shy and needed to hustle to secure another vote to keep the project going. Kelly mentioned that if he could keep his cool, they wouldn't be in this pickle. The next day, Kelly was totally surprised to see Cole outside her apartment. Before she could even say anything, Cole asked her to come with him on a little plane ride. They ended up visiting Senator Vanning's house. At dinner at Senator Vanning's place, Cole said the Apollo mission might look like a competition between America and the Soviet Union, but if it worked, it would show how amazing God's creations are. When Senator Vanning heard that, it touched him, and he decided to support the mission. When they left Senator Vanning's place, Cole told Kelly that they could still get what they wanted just by being honest. He said there was a different way than just lying. A couple hours later, Cole and Kelly were back at NASA. When Cole helped Kelly off the plane, they got caught up in the moment and ended up kissing. The next day, all the office workers watched Senator Vanning's speech live. He said he would back the Apollo mission. Everyone cheered and then celebrated the good news. Cole asked Kelly to dance in the middle of the party, and it was super romantic, but it could have gone south real quick because Kelly had been hiding the fact that she faked the Apollo mission moon landing from Cole. After a few months, the Apollo mission preparations were almost done. One day, while working on the fake Apollo mission, Ruby gave Kelly a gift and said it was a thank you for getting her involved in the historic mission. Kelly was really touched, but also felt bad because it was all a big lie. That night, when Kelly saw how excited everyone was about the Apollo mission on the news, her guilt got even worse. She couldn't handle how she was feeling and decided to run away. But at the airport, while she was waiting for her flight, a man came up to her and asked her to come to the office. Kelly was totally shocked at the office when she saw Mo. And then, out of the blue, Mo told her that she could leave if she wanted to, because her job of faking the Apollo mission moon landing was finished. He just wanted to let her know that the live moon landing broadcast would be entirely fake because the government was worried the real one would be a flop. Kelly couldn't believe what she was hearing. Kelly remembered the gift Ruby gave her. When she opened it, she found a sketchbook inside. Ruby had been drawing all their moments with the NASA crew. Kelly felt bad. She had thought the fake project was just a backup in case the real deal failed. But now it seemed like the real rocket wouldn't be shown at all, making all the hard work of the NASA staff pointless. 2 days later, it was finally time for the rocket launch. That's when Kelly spilled the beans to Cole about everything. He was bummed out by what she said, but he knew it wasn't the right time to get mad. They teamed up to mess up the fake broadcast and make sure the real moon landing was shown on TV. Shortly after all the TV channels started showing the setup for the rocket launch, people from all over the country headed out to see it happen. During prep, Cole's 2 assistants told him their gear wasn't working. Kelly took Cole's car to grab new gear, but the store was closed. She broke in and got what she needed. Then the cops showed up. Somehow, Kelly convinced them to lend a hand, and they helped her bring the stuff back to NASA. Just before the rocket took off, they fixed the signal. Then Cole gave a quick talk and thanked everyone for their help. He said they did their best, and he appreciated it. Finally, they launched the rocket, and it went off without a hitch. After the rocket launch, Cole was outside the building, taking a breather when Kelly came up to him and said sorry for lying to him. She even fessed up that her real name wasn't Kelly. Among all the lies, though, she did tell him one true thing: the story of her past. She told him that after her dad left, her mom went to jail. She had to live on her own. Little Kelly had to start lying to sell her cakes just to get by. She kept up the act for years until she met Cole as she grew up. Because of all the craziness, Kelly finally understood that she messed up. She made up her mind to only speak the truth. When Cole saw her honesty, he forgave her. 4 days later, one of the astronauts, Neil Armstrong, said that the rocket was going to land on the moon soon, but there wasn't much fuel left. Luckily, he managed to land the rocket safely on the moon. As he stepped out of the cabin, the broadcast finally began. During the broadcast, Neil Armstrong got all confused because his camera light wasn't showing up, so he thought it was still off. Cole freaked out and called Kelly, who was at the fake moon landing set. Since the fake and real moon landings looked exactly the same, they needed a way to tell them apart. Then out of nowhere, a black cat showed up and messed up the fake moon landing broadcast. Everyone went crazy trying to catch the cat, but it ended up running to the astronauts. Luckily, the viewers couldn't see the cat on TV, so Cole was thrilled because that meant the one on TV was the real moon landing. Mo was kinda confused about why there wasn't a black cat on the screen. Kelly explained that the TV broadcast was the actual moon landing. When Mo saw the real broadcast, he was super amazed. A couple hours later, after the show was done, Mo thanked Kelly. He said that if the fake moon landing was shown to everyone and the truth came out, America's reputation would be ruined. Before leaving, Mo asked her to get rid of all the fake landing documents. They couldn't let anyone find out about it. A few days later, in the control room, everyone at NASA was watching the news about the 3 astronauts who made it back to Earth. As everyone celebrated, Cole saw Henry leaving the room. When he followed him, he saw that Henry was crying tears of joy. He never thought their hard work for 10 years would pay off so well. They hugged and congratulated each other. That night, while Kelly was getting rid of the papers, Cole came over and mentioned that the Soviets were spreading a rumor that the moon landing was a hoax. Kelly just shrugged it off and said she wasn't bothered. Then she realized she hadn't even told him her real name, so she finally spilled the beans. Cole just grinned and gave her a smooch.